Okay, let's do this. Ida Shima say it. It's under Salazar. I was not gonna do this video. I'm not really into this type of thing, and I feel really. I don't really care about celebrities, dude. I don't care when people die. Um, but you guys know my channel. You guys know there's a group of creators that I just freaking adore, right? I was talking about Kyle Baker, Bill Sienkiewicz, things like that. Well, Keith Giffen. I did a whole week of Keith Giffen. Go look at the Keith Giffen week. Maybe I could figure out how to put a little link to it somewhere in this video. But I just found out today, just like literally an hour ago, that Keith Giffen passed away. And I thought, if I'm going to do this channel and talk about comics and what it means to me, blah blah blah, then I gotta hit this kind of stuff sometimes. So I actually messaged him last week, not knowing anything, to be on this channel. I want to interview him. I would freaking figure out a way to get there or to just do it on Zoom or whatever. I would have loved that. I have met him in person. I have some of his original artwork. I'm not going to pull that out right now, but I have his original artwork. I have always loved Keith Giffen. This is not even all the Keith Giffen stuff I have, but this is what Justice League. I got all the originals, and I made these bound book of all the original Keith Giffen books. Okay, here's a guy who dedicated his life to comics in one form or another. He worked for Marvel, he worked for DC, he then worked for Tokyo Pop and did these adaptions and translations from manga and these other types of work. There's a great podcast that came out just recently. I think it's called I'm Not Dead. Something kind of ominous like that. Go check it out. Just type Keith Giffen in your podcast. You'll find it. He did a little series. I think it's 6 issues, about half an hour each, him going through his career. His work with DeMatteis is so damn good. His humor, the things he did. Then it got so popular, they did Justice League Europe, right? So here's all the Justice League Europe. 2 titles a month. He's doing breakdowns. He's not doing scripts. He's not writing the full scripts. He's doing the plot and breakdowns, which basically means rough drawings, the composition of the page and panels, breaking that down, and then hands that to Simon Beasley or whoever to draw it, right? Here's another one, more. Justice League. This is not all of them. I have so much. Here is Heckler, Lobo, Trencher, Vexed. Again, bringing humor into superheroes, doing crazy artwork styles, different things that we've ever seen. And you talk about Ambush Bug and how it looks like Jose Munoz. Okay, it looks like Jose Munoz. Was he inspired by Jose Munoz when he did this stuff? Well, when you look at that work, damn yes. The answer is yes. Does that make him bad or a cheat or anything? Hell no. You go look at artwork that looks like Mobius, or look at artwork that looks like whatever. I mean, yeah, dude, that's what we do. Wally Wood. We steal, we take, we appropriate. Okay? I have no problem with him doing artwork that looked like Jose Munoz. Okay? And this stuff was badass. If anything, he brought that European art into American comics, into mainstream stuff. The Lobo stuff is just wonderful. Simon Beasley and him. It's the comedy, right? It's the comedy that he did that interjected with this, sarcastic kind of curmudgeon-y view of life and view of the world. It just was brilliant. The Guy Gardner One Punch, all those kind of big gags were just so damn good. It really got me. I'm a good friend of mine, Kevin, got me into it, and I was like, humor. I was into X-Men and serious shit, and he's like, no, dude, you got to read this. And once I opened my mind to humor and to these characters, I understood He was wonderful. If we talk about Legion, there's more. I got all the Legion ones. He did Legion for many different times. This is where he's doing his own kind of the style, the 9-panel grid. The reason why I love the 9-panel grid is this book. It is Giffen doing 9-panel grid. That is why I love it. Yeah, Watchmen did it too, but this guy knows how to do it, and he did it. He worked with Paul Levitz on Legion back in the day in the 80s, the Great Darkness Saga with Darkseid. At the time, to me, he looked like kind of a Neil Adams or John Byrne. And then he kind of goes off and does his own stuff in his own style. And that's where we get kind of the Ambush Bug, Munoz era, the Trencher era, which I don't even know where he was pulling that from. That's just like crazy. Vexed, he didn't draw Vexed. That was Mike McCone drew that. But so many of his projects never came to fruition. There's so many issues that never were finished or made or published because he really was out there. He was really kind of doing something that maybe it wasn't commercial because it didn't sell. But I grabbed it and I loved it. And I'm not alone in that adoration of his work. And it really is good. And it's sad. It's a shame. But that's what this channel's about, is to share these kind of stories and things. And you can get, and here's the thing, it's not like these are hard to find. You can get these issues of Ambush Bug in the quarter bin, right? Or the dollar bin. You can find these Lobos in those in those like cheap bins. So they're not expensive. You can find them. And I'm just looking at Lobo again. It was so popular they did Lobo's Back, another miniseries. He fought Santa Claus, just some crazy, wild-ass stories that were subversive, that were unique. And now I want to reread these now. And now it's like, okay, I got to read this stuff. His relationships with Joe Orlando, with Julie Swartz, with all these different people, Levitz. He just was a freaking genius in the comic world. He didn't get the recognition. He didn't get the, accolades by mainstream fans, but creators know him, right? The big creators that you love, the big creators that you know, they know him. If you do comics, you know Keith Giffen. You know what's up. Because that's who he was. So that's my, I guess, eulogy. I don't know. I'm kind of more emotional than I usually am. It is sad, and I don't even know the cause of death. I don't even know if it was a battle, or what. But he's passed away. So rest in peace, Keith Giffen. You'll be missed. Your stories will be missed, but we can still read them. And I'm sure there's stuff I haven't even read of his, but that's it for today. So, little special episode. Normally don't do these, but we're going to do it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care and have a good one. Bye.